Hello, everybody. Welcome to Meet My Friends. My guest today is Darah Wachowiak. I met Darah at Toastmasters, one of the clubs. It was Pro Toastmasters, and Kathy Kulisha brought me in. Now, Kathy and Darah were really good friends. So when I got introduced to Darah, I immediately admired Darah because if she's friends with Kathy, then I'm in good hands. So Darah has been a support and has been a guide to me because she became area director. Now I am area director now. She got the DTM. Now I'm looking to get the DTM. So welcome, Darah.
Thank you so much, Maria. And I'm so glad you invited me on your show. I'm so proud of you doing this. I'm all yours.
Thank you so much. We want to know about your life as a little girl.
Oh, that's perfect. I can't wait to tell you that. I was born and raised in China, and I got my undergraduate degree in architecture in China, 1989, during the Berlin Wall fell, and there are some political movement in China as well. At that time, I wanted to leave China to see the world. So I was trying so hard. In a few years, I was able to go to Russia and spend some time over there. And that time, that was the only country I can go. Later on, with my ex-husband and my little boy, we immigrated to Toronto, Canada in 1997. And that's the year I started to learn English officially. Bear with me with my broken English.
No, it's fine. I'm the same way, you know. It's just I want to bring the multicultural because people is gonna be proud, you know, when they see, oh, there's a girl from China.
Yes, that's awesome. And when I was in Canada, I was so happy to see what I can learn. And that was always my motto, you know, I want to learn the new things, not only the language and the culture. Like you said, I love multicultural. I enjoy different food, different, I love traveling to see different countries. I love to do different activities. I'm pretty active, I can say that.
Yes, I can see that on your Facebook. A lot of hiking, a lot of exercise, a lot of paradises. Like I see you on Mount Charleston, then I see you at the lake. And I just see you everywhere. You have a fascinating life.
That's what I love. Especially when I met my husband. Actually, I met my husband on the internet. And the first time, and he said, what do you like? I said, I like skating. I said, like outdoors. Oh, he said, well, that's good. If you check a dictionary under the outdoor activities, you'll see my picture. So both of us love outdoor livings.
He knew how to get you interested.
Yeah, I found inspiration from the nature.
I remember the speech where you talk about when you met your husband, it was your first successful online transaction. That was really pretty.
That's great. Yes, yes. Actually, I really enjoy it. In the beginning, I didn't like the online thing. And now I really enjoy it. That's how we're doing this interview. Imagine during the pandemic, we're not able to see in person, or at least we're limited. But now there's a low limitation.
But you were ahead of the technology already because you dated online.
Yeah. Now I do my business. I work online as well.
That's good. It's a lot of accommodations have been made since COVID. I think people is becoming more creative now, but it also is like we're still trying to do something within the limits that we have.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm glad. So now tell us where the architecture went over the years. Where did that take you?
Wow. Okay, let's start from during my college years. One of my professor teaching architecture history and show us the slides. Back then there was no a PowerPoint. There was a slide I don't even know how to say it in English.
It's okay.
You know, you have the round machine, you have the slide properly, you know what it is. And that was the first time I saw the architecture in the world. I saw Notre Dame, I saw what you call it, Eiffel Tower, and all the magnificent and iconic architectures in the world. And I was thinking, one day I will visit in person. That's the first time I thought I wanted to go outside of China. And later on I did. That's why I love traveling. And when I was in Canada, I worked for architecture firm for a few years, but dealing with residential buildings. When I was working on residential buildings in Canada, that was all wood construction. So that was new. I was so fascinated. And I just love to learn new things. And I want to move to US and all the constructions, low rise. I haven't worked on the high rise in US yet. No, not yet. So whatever I do, even in architecture field, I already experienced the difference in China, in Canada, and US.
I seen pictures of you at the convention center.
Yes, I was being involved in the convention center for, gosh, 3 years now. And before COVID, I was working on the phase 3. Phase 2 was the new building, and phase 3 was a renovation for the existing convention center. That was I guess, one of the biggest projects in town. And it's very, it's an iconic building in town too. Well, during the COVID, the expansion and phase 3 for the renovation has been suspended. So right now I'm on a different project, but I'm still watching that project. Hopefully it will pull it off sometime soon for phase 3, which is the renovation.
Yeah, we all need that. We all need renovation.
Mm-hmm. I'm so proud to be on that project.
Thank you, Darah. You're a huge support. You know, I always think of you as a kind woman. And when you took me to Voz Latina to check on their club, because I spoke Spanish and then I was able to speak to them. And it has just been bringing me blessings. You know, you're like, every time I see you at an event or a training or anything, you're always helping. Like you're generous, you care for others, and not everybody is like that. You know, you have this beautiful soul.
You're very creative. You're a trooper. I always watch you. I'm not surprised anytime you see doing new things. If you don't wear a wig, I would be surprised. It's so creative.
Thank you. Yes, I've been wearing 3 so far. So I have a blonde with curls, and then I have, remember the black one I used on the speeches? When I did Halloween, I used that one too. And then at another video, I put this one on, and I really like how it looked with the lipstick.
I love that. I love to use creativity in my daily life besides my work.
Yeah, it helps you not to be bored of yourself sometimes. And it's just that sometimes it's just make you laugh. You know, things you do, and like I do self-talk on myself. It's like, come on, girl, you gotta go. Or these things that, you know, you kind of laugh at yourself, you kind of crack up about yourself, because it's like you're catching yourself doing something, and then you have to pull yourself and go where you want to go, or where you have to go. Exactly. It's just the barriers that we break there, just to be able to express ourselves and to you know, to let others know I'm here. You know, I'm here, I'm a part of you, and I'm also like you. I can see myself on you through your challenges.
I love what you said, you know, where self-express. That's what I enjoy. Even during the pandemic lockdown, in the beginning, I was so concerned what life would be, you know, what's happening in the world. So I was glued to YouTube, checking this, checking that. Mm-hmm. And then later on, I found out, just by accident, I started viewing few cooking videos.
Yes.
And then my passion for cooking just going to explode. I'm thinking, oh my God, it's not just about cooking. It's basically self-expression. Have you thought about that? For me, at least it is.
No, I see that when you share the food, and I love your photos. What I wanted to suggest to you is, why don't you do short videos while you're prepping it? Because video right now is more engaging than photos. I understand Instagram is all about quality of photos and everything, but I seen chefs that they became famous as soon as they started doing videos. And you're good at like the edit part of adding text to everything. So I think a good way of doing it for you that might work really well is doing short videos or like.
I need to start my cooking channel. Actually, I do have a video. Probably I need to show a little bit more on Facebook or Instagram. But right now I started a YouTube channel actually since this ideas generated at the end of April. My first video launched in June. So right now I have 3 videos on my YouTube channel, which is called Darah's Cooking, but I'm planning to upload more. Since I'm still working full-time, believe it or not, this is my office 24/7 pretty much, and still working full-time, and to create a video or to edit it, it does take some time. But I'm really passionate about it. I love it.
Just to upload the videos there, sometimes it takes like long and you have to watch it because otherwise if they disappear, then you don't know where to find it.
Yeah. But actually, when I was doing these videos, the most challenging part actually is not cooking, not about the video. You know what is more challenging for me? It's pretty much is speaking English to describe what I'm doing. And also in such a way, not just be instructional. Oh, you put 1 cup of water, 2 cups of flour, you know, ½ cup of oil. No, not like that. Remember what we learned from Toastmaster? Basically, it's what is it called? Facts tell, story sell. Same thing in video.
Yes.
You do it in such way as like a storyteller. Not just I'll tell you what to cook. Everybody can Google it. You can watch tons of video out there, you know, how to cook a certain dish. But if you present in such a way, it's like storytelling and using descriptive words to explain and to describe, evoke that feeling, that makes, you know, not only the audience enjoy it, and you would enjoy it during this. It's part of creativity, right? Self-express. That's what I love. That's what I enjoy so far.
It's good, but just, you know, go with it. I think a lot of times we get stuck trying to perfect ourselves, you know, and sometimes I find that it's not that it's so hard for us because we're thinking in 2 languages, right? Like you're thinking in a language, you're translating, you're trying to make sense, but also you're trying to get to people, you know? And when you understand there is a huge variety of cultures and of understandings, and you're trying to explain in a way that fits most, that's what makes it hard, you know? But you just have to do it from your heart, and it'll come out beautiful. You know, you're such an artist already. It's just that believing that it's good enough to be out there, you know? It's just believe that it's good enough and just get it out.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm not doing the live or interview like you do. Maybe, you know, if you like, you can come to be my guest on my cooking channel.
Of course.
That'd be great, right?
You know what I seen there? I was just talking to Jessie about, I saw Kelly Clarkson doing this kind of interviews on TV. So one of the ideas that I seen that is selling a lot is people doing different stuff while they do the interview. So she did one with a lady where Kelly Clarkson is eating a burger, and the lady brings a healthy burger. So it brings up the difference, and maybe we can do something similar like that, where I bring a regular burger or something, you know, that I will typically buy for like a fast food, and then you show me your healthy version of it.
You know what? Perfect, Maria. Let's be our guest. You know, I would love to invite you to be my guest. You can come to my kitchen, and then we can create a, let's say, Latino, Mexican dish or anything infused with Asian touch. How about that?
That will be cute. It will be, and you know, the cross cultures, like when you combine 2 accents, when you combine a person from one country and another one, is just, the interactions are very funny.
That'd be great, you know. We're doing Facebook Live, and then later on I can edit it and then put it on my
your cooking channel. Yeah. Yes, or videos you upload them more that engage people. You know, I think that you can do well by yourself, but if you bring people in, it's just, it kind of gets more out of the personality, because when someone asks you something that you don't expect, it's like keeping you out of the box, you know, like we grab you out and now you have to, you don't know how to react, but that's how people get to know you.
That's absolutely right. They keep you on the toes, right?
Yes, it's like when people ask me what is the interview about, yes, I give you an idea, but I don't want you to know, like I don't have written questions, you know, that I'm gonna ask you. It's usually we start with the topic and then we move from there, and the interview just flow. I had
Spontaneous, right?
yeah, I had George Gilbert. We did almost an hour, and we were planning for like 30, 40 minutes, and it's just you know, time flies when you're enjoying yourselves
Exactly.
and when you're happy to share with another person.
Exactly.
Well, I'm so glad you said, you know, you were born on the 12th and 12 is your number. I'm happy about that.
See, everything works for me. I think, you know, once you align yourself with nature, it's pretty much everything works for you. You don't need to work hard. You just need to work smart.
Yes, and you know what? The picture I share of you on Facebook, I remember when I looked at the picture the first time and I loved it. And I knew it was gonna be shown on something bigger. And now you know, now I realize that I posted and so this is a picture that is gonna be shown on your YouTube video.
Thank you
The
so much.
thumbnail.
I
Yes, so
love
that's
that
it.
picture. I love
Yes.
it too.
You
Thanks so
could
much.
you know you could very well be a model too there, right?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I guess, you know, we're all models in our own way.
Yes, but it's just when you have the magic touch and like all the pieces are there, it's like you cannot deny that creation. You know, it's like when you make something so beautiful and everybody can see that beauty. I think it's those moments when we feel divine, when we feel on purpose, when we feel that it even comes without much effort, you know, it's just all the elements come together and create a beautiful piece. And I think that's what happened on that picture.
Exactly, exactly. Totally agree with you. It's when you feel like you have to spend so much effort, work so hard, I think most of the time is against your grain, against the current. If you does it naturally, you enjoy it, it's not that hard because you enjoy it. It's your passion, right?
It is. You know, I think what it is sometimes we have such a high expectations, but we are very hard on ourselves. Like I can see you and you have a beautiful body. You know, you're a beautiful woman. But sometimes I see like you kind of try to hide it, like you don't feel comfortable. But you have a beautiful body, you know, and you're
Yes.
so young still. Like there's so much life that you know is ahead of you that for you to enjoy yourself. You know, I see a beautiful woman and you a healthy person. You're such a role model. You're like,
Thank
you
you.
know, thinking of others. You're always creating things. You know, you have this good intention on everything you do. You got that magical touch that you can feel love. You know, like when I see your pictures, when I see how you write, it's I can see through your soul. I can see me, so I can see my reflection of love on you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't, I do, somebody do read it, right?
Yes,
Thank you,
yes.
Maria.
I tell people that I am a messenger, so a lot of times I get an image of someone, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have a message to tell, and sometimes it'll come as a scene or on a movie or um, I don't know, something that I don't know is your favorite thing, but that's how it comes, you know, and that's the way I see you, you know. It's like you have so much potential that it's like you have a treasure within you, and
Uh-huh.
and when you decide to take those pieces out into the world, it's gonna make you know people rich, and it's gonna make you so happy because I see that you are someone that likes to share what you have. So by
Thank
you
you.
sharing your treasure, you're gonna make others enrich. You're gonna enrich their lives. So I want you to know that you are like a treasure box, and you have
Thank
so
you.
much
So
already
are you.
to share.
That's what I know from you. You know, we are the one of the few, you know, coming from different background in Pro Toastmaster. That's where we met,
Yeah.
and we bring a very unique angle to this club.
Yes, they're lucky they're how.
Right? And I feel like both of us, always say yes to any challenge. Even though we were not, at least how I felt, even though we were not really prepared, but doesn't matter. If anything happens, okay, I'm there. What do you think?
Call it contest, call it whatever it is, we're there,
Want me to speak at the last minute? Sure. You want to
Picking up roles?
Sure. We are not living life with passion, not with fear. That's I see it in you, and you always have that creativity coming from new wig and new sunglasses. Just so delightful to see how you glowing.
Yeah, I like to try new things, but it's just, I feel what happens when you see someone that you don't expect to see in a costume, it makes people laugh. So it's like, when you see me in costume already going to speak, you're wondering, what am I going to speak about? What is it going to be about today, So that in one way makes it interesting, and another way makes you laugh, And I might have a sad speech. But I'm in costume. Remember the time I gave this speech about getting old, about age, and you say you're used to me laughing, and that time I was really sad.
Just make you think outside the box, as you always push me to think outside the box.
Yeah, so that time I said, well, what do you expect? I'm talking about getting old. And you say, yeah, but I miss your smile.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's just our ability to change characters, Darah. Is like you can see yourself in a movie being the bad lady, but also the lady who enjoys life.
It just inspired me, on one of my shows I need to wear a wig, even though I have a lot of hair.
No, but
I would.
You know what this does in people? It brings out their desire to be another person. Because we all have the desire to be someone else or to look like someone else. So a wig is an easy way to change your personality, and especially when the color is like very different than yours. In any color, you can wear a light pink, any color that you want to wear. It brings out where people identifies with you because they wanna be able to do that themselves. So they're seeing themselves on you.
For me, I see it as a explore to different options, different areas you don't know you could do, you don't know you could become.
Well, another thing that you do a lot is with the glasses. See how you use different glasses? You can do that in the cookie show too. You can do that on your show. And then if you want to do wig, or you can do outfits, or do something that is like very traditional in your culture, because people will understand it. And then do something very American, or you can even do Mexican. You can, what you can do? The day you cook Mexican, you dress as a Mexican lady. The day you cook Chinese, you dress like that.
I'll borrow one of your dresses.
Okay. Of course.
Or head of flower, I'll do that.
Yeah, and then you can dress like Wonder Woman.
Yes. I'll find a Mexican dish and then to work with you.
Remember what happened the day when we went to see Kevin Keeper compete, when he had the Texan hat?
Yeah.
When he was like full in the costume, and how that brought up our joy. So you're able to do the same thing with the cooking show, just dress into a character.
Yes, I'm just starting it, so I had so much fun already.
That's really good.
Those videos.
Yeah. I'm glad to see you.
Next time when I see you, I'll bring my personal made cookies for you.
Okay, that's good. That would be really nice. That would be something enjoyable. You know what I'm thinking? We can do the tail of the Red Hood that's what the wolf, but we can do, I don't know, something like grandma. I can wear like an old person wig, dress like a grandma or
whatever.
Just making it funny, it's sometimes you don't even need to change your makeup a lot. It's just the glasses and the wig, and that makes someone look older, and I can do easily touches with makeup where you do black shadows or you do wrinkles. I mean, I can do anything pretty quick.
Exactly. So many options. It's endless. It's
It is.
really endless. That
It is.
makes my lockdown time is not boring. It's very interesting, actually. Every day I'm doing so many things, and besides working, it's very fulfilling.
But it is also what keeps you young.
Yes, I never felt old. Just age is just a number for me,
Yes.
and I felt like, especially this pandemic, this is lockdown, really make me think what I'm doing in my life. Really give myself a time to ponder, to really think, because there's not much noise out there because I'm home in this room pretty
Yeah.
much most of the time. And I really enjoy truly doing what I really love. And that's, I don't feel bored. I like it. I think this is the good things out of this crisis. Have you heard about the Chinese word for Christ is danger and opportunity? I think that's how I started this cooking channel. That's how I started hiking club,
Yeah.
basically creating some opportunities, new things out of this crisis. That makes me feel very fulfilling.
It's good, but like I said, it's your willingness to share with others and to, not just sit down and cry or think that you have no power or you can do anything about it. I think you're a strong leader, and you're always willing. Like there is nothing that you were not willing to try, even if it didn't work the first time. You're always like find a new way and find a new task and find something else to show us. And sometimes we don't understand where you're going, but and then it's so funny, you're like, oh my God, I cannot believe she did that.
Exactly, exactly.
Remember when you did the prom mom speech? That that was funny. The solo,
Yeah.
yeah,
That
then you wore the shirt.
I still have that shirt. I
Yes,
wrote, yeah, that was fun. That was one of the projects from Toastmasters. It's really challenging. It pushes you outside the box, you know. Imagine me talking with so serious face, anger, that wasn't my style, but I have to push myself. It's, yeah.
yes. Well, I think the longer we stay there, the skills are gonna show. Like I was talking to Jesse Oakley, and I asked him how long he's been in Toastmasters because he responds like really fast, and he has a concept, and he like it's like I can tell he's really good at table topics because you ask him something, he's done, and then like no more. You have to ask another question. So I asked him how long he's been at Toastmasters. He says 18 years. So I say, wow, I can tell. So imagine if we're, still around or practicing our skills, like a couple more years. Let's just think on a couple more years, how much more are we going to be able to accomplish?
Exactly, right? Keep pushing.
Yeah, because we have like all these talented people, who are inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's really positive to be surrounded by people like that are creative and that are wise and that, like you have a career, you have education, you have a background that it comes from another culture, but also that culture can be so proud of you, and we need to show these good examples for people to really like be able to see what others are doing and just to become an inspiration. You don't know if a little girl can watch your video and be like, I want to do that, I want to start my own cooking channel, or I want to construct a house, I want to become an architect, or I want to start doing drawings, or you never know, you never
You
know.
never know. I think the people inspire me to start a cooking channel. They never know. Later on, I left a message on their channel, but probably they didn't know, a girl from US and watching them, and a few of them, they really inspired me. They just start from their own kitchen, explaining things. Oh, it's just so, now the food they cooked is so delicious. I use their recipe, but the way they articulate the feelings, the dishes, even the weather, the utensils, they put in such a touch. inspired me. And I hope I can do the same to inspire others or entertain them with my broken English. Hey, sometimes it's good to hear something
Yeah.
different, right?
Don't get stuck on it, Dara, because you'll be surprised how people like accent. Like I work in restaurants many years, and then not everybody gets stuck on your accent. You know, like some people will tell me, "Where you from?" And then that usually happens when they don't want to tip me because I'm Mexican, and then they say, "Well, I love your accent," and but it doesn't go far from that. Or they say, "Well, I tell you probably were from Cuba, or are you Filipino?" And then it changes where it's not about someone racist.
No,
You're
I
not
don't
trying
do
to
that.
tip me. So I think that people don't like accents. It's just that sometimes ourselves we feel insecure because we get stuck on I didn't say that word right, even though you know it, but it's just at the time it didn't came the way it was correctly pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
And you might know how to pronounce it, but it's just because it's mixed with your first language, and it's just mixed, and without you noticing. So it came across like that, and it sounded that way, but you didn't mean to sound that way, and you know what you're talking about. But if you get stuck on that word, it's just like when you're speaking and you give a complicated word that
Mm-hmm.
people has to look up on the dictionary to see what you meant. They don't.
Actually, in the beginning, I felt bad, people may not understand what I was saying, but now I don't. I'm not saying I don't care. It's basically, I don't see that's my bad side. Just, that's who I am with a different touch, different taste, with different accent. That tells you I'm from a different culture. So I don't see that's my something to hold me back. No, I wouldn't let that hold me back. But I'll try to make fun of it, entertain, because sometimes it does interfere other people's understanding of what I'm saying. But if you make it so, self-deprecating a little bit, not too much, just a little bit, to ease people's pain. Sometimes my husband say, what did you just say? It just make it lighter. But I enjoy to hear other people with accent, and then just immediately drawn me. Oh, he's from a different culture. Let me explore.
Yeah,
That's how I
it's
feel.
it's just the understanding. Like when it doesn't sound that correctly or it's not well pronounced, is because the person speaks another language.
Mhm.
I think that once when you understand that, it makes you being less harsh on what they said, but being more focused on what they wanted to say, what the message was, what was the intention
Yes,
behind the message.
or focus on their energy. Yeah, that's what.
Yes, and
Mhm.
sometimes you just get uh, like you get enchanted by the personality. It's like you
Uh-huh.
get someone coming on stage or doing something, and it's just their personality. They have a way of how they walk, how they talk, and then you don't know what it is about them, but you just love their personality, and you're not judging what they're saying, but you're just enjoying them. So I think with you creating the channel, you're going to be inspiration for another person that wants to do either that or something different, but it's just seeing you is gonna bring up the light bulb, like, oh, this is what I want to do.
That's my hope. That's our hope, to educate or entertain and inspire others to live their life to the fullness.
That's good, and hopefully make some money, right? When you have
Yeah.
like a lot of viewers and subscribers, if you can get paid, wouldn't that be
Yes,
nice
down
to
the
keep
road.
working and get paid? Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
make sure
would
you,
be.
whoever watching this video, make sure you subscribe my channel. As Darah.
But no, so you're gonna have your own TV channel later on there. I know TV is not how it was in the past, but maybe this is a way of doing your own show, right now.
Exactly, the opportunity is endless. Just
Yes,
grow.
I went to a seminar. It was a free training, and that's what the speaker taught. He said, "What is your issue right now?" I say that I don't really see opportunities offered to me. He said, "Why don't you create your own opportunity?" So I think what I'm doing and what you're doing is creating our own opportunity.
Yes.
It's
Mhm.
creating your own opportunity to give yourself a chance to express.
Exactly.
So
Once your full heart, and then opportunity arise everywhere. I, everywhere. What do you mean there's no opportunity?
Yes, soon as you put your heart into it, it's gonna come back to you multiply, right? And it
Definitely.
usually comes in love, and it's just things happen in unexpected ways, you know, that
Yes.
we didn't think possible, but it's all in the hands of God, you know. We're all protected and guided. It's just sometimes we feel like we're not, you know, like we want to be this little kid that is crying, but sometimes we need to be reminded that we're being taken care of, you know, like probably God is saving someone from being killed or a country from disappearing or maybe some species of animals from disappearing or the seas being clean. Maybe God is doing something bigger that he's not listening to you, but it's not because he's not there. It's just because he's doing something bigger, but he'll come back to you. You know, it's like we need to have that trust that God always comes back to you and to your needs.
Exactly. Trust the Lord's goodness.
Yes, yes. Tell us where people can follow you, Darah.
Oh, you can follow me everywhere on social media. I'm on Facebook. I have my personal page. It's called Darah's Cooking, more for business, for my cooking. And also I'm on Instagram, Darah's Cooking, on Twitter, Darah's Cooking, and also on Pinterest. Just Darah's Cooking, you can see me.
Oh, Pinterest is interesting.
Yes, I haven't posted much pictures on Pinterest, but I will start it. Right now I'm focusing on producing more videos on YouTube. I did a lot of cooking. I have a lot of videos, but it takes time to edit. You know, as you know, it's hours to edit
I
to the
know
way you
I'm
want
going
it.
through that. Yeah, but don't
Yeah.
make it so perfect. Sometimes I just do like the beginning and the end, and then well, sometimes what
Learning.
happens?
I'm learning the process to streamline it. So I'm designing so later on, because in the beginning it took me 2-3 weeks to post one video.
Yes,
I do it only on the weekend. And but later I can speed up this process. I'm developing a system. So it's all learning process. I enjoy it.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad to see you, you know, growing into this beautiful butterfly. You know, that is just going everywhere.
Oh,
And
thank you.
you're welcome.
See my on the YouTube channel, and also you can see me on the hiking trails. I love hiking, and I like, especially we are living in the Wild West. There's so many trails. Even in 120-degree outside, you can still go to Mount Charleston. It's
Yes.
beautiful, 80-degree out there.
Well, you gotta put that up out there because Americans love hiking, and a lot of men are interested in those activities. And it is nice to see you know, a women's body over there, a woman like hiking is.
Uh-huh.
I think it's so attractive, you know.
Yes,
And you
if
can
you love
have a really, I
hiking,
mean,
come join me, follow me, you text me, message me, join me. The next hike, we're going to Mount Charleston next Saturday. Maria, you're invited.
thank you so much.
And later on, we'll go to Zion for the Narrows because the weather is nice. And
Yes.
it's perfect to be in the water, enjoy the nature. It's once in a lifetime opportunity.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I enjoy hiking, enjoying the nature.
That's really pretty. It's such a beautiful activity. But like I said, men are going to be attracted to that. And I know your husband is he's not jealous where he will hold you from doing anything, you know, like he allows you to be who you are and to enjoy your life, and that is a blessing.
He's very
He's
supportive.
supportive, yes.
Yeah, very supportive.
He's a smart man because if you become like super rich, he's gonna take advantage of that.
Yeah, he's very supportive, meaning he provides the opportunity for you to blossom. Very non-judgmental.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yes. So that's what I'm learning from him. In the beginning, the culture I come from is very judgmental. It's you have to do things in a certain way at a certain environment. Oh, don't do. But if you keep doing that, not only limit yourself, you limit others' opportunity. And that's what I learned from him. And right now I'm trying to be less judgmental and just live free life.
Yeah, it's part of the cultural upbringings there. But when you have
Probably,
someone that
and
gets
can
you
relate
out
to
of
the
that,
right.
yeah, when you have someone that takes you out of that structure and tell you there is no need for it, it's kind of like setting you free in a way. It's like breaking one structure out of your life, and it's like this weight that you don't need to carry anymore. You know, I think it makes your life easier.
I think that's the fundamental thing in my life is the before even 10 years ago, if you saw my picture, if you wouldn't recognize me because my physical body was outside of China, but my mind partially still there.
Yeah.
Even my mom was 1,000 miles away, but literally she was still next to me, telling me what I'm supposed to do. And it took some time, took many trainings, took many books readings, when make you realize once are free over here, we can live a free life.
So you were very conditioned to the way things used to be and what you thought you should do because
Yes,
everything what everyone told you, and your mom was obviously a very important
yes.
person. So
Because
it's
they
just
did that for the name of love. It's not they try to harm you. They
no,
try
of
to
course,
protect you. And
yeah,
you thought that was good. I'm not describing their love,
no, of
but
course.
they're limiting yourself to live a free life. That's how many people, especially in my culture, in my family, friends, they ask me, oh, we know your life completely changed. What happened? And that's what I told them. It's not really the environment changed me. It did, but it's really my mind, my heart. I wouldn't let that mentality constrain me, confine me.
Well,
It's
because
not
you
other
changed your
people's
beliefs.
fault. Yes, it's not other people's fault. It's we have a choice. If I was teenager, probably I can blame somebody else. Now, if I'm a grown woman, no, I take the responsibility.
Well, I think what once when you did that, you became mature. You know, you became like a mature
Yeah,
woman, and you grown into this beautiful woman that was there. You know,
exactly.
but you wouldn't let her out. And sometimes that happens, there is this beautiful woman inside of us, but we don't let her out
Exactly.
because we don't think she's gonna be accepted or she's gonna be happy or it's gonna be okay to be how she is. When
Exactly.
you let her out, you understand that I'm friends with this woman. I like this woman, I appreciate this woman. So you get to feel appreciation and love for yourself. And that's when the beauty comes, that everything flows to you in a divine way with things just happen one after the other and you're surprised like, oh my God, I cannot believe.
Exactly. Exactly. That's how I felt. Once I stopped judging myself, I stopped judging others as well. And it's just great feeling.
I'm
That's
glad. I'm glad because, like I said, you're still so young, So I'm glad you did it at this age because now the years that are to come are gonna be more delightful for you, just because you gained that understanding and you were able
Mhm.
to lift up yourself. It's like I feel like we're our own angels. Like I have images of me crying, and I can see that, I love that woman so much, because she was going through challenges, but I had compassion for what I was going through. But if I could tell that woman, that I love her so much, she would have felt so much better. But I think in a way we know that it's gonna be so much better, later on. It's just that we don't see how it's gonna work. But
Mhm.
God always has a way to make it happen, and it's like my son tells me, Mom, what you want is gonna happen, but not in the way you expect it. And I think that not knowing
Wise.
how
He's
it's gonna happen, it is what makes us doubt it.
uh-huh. He's so wise. What happened may not be the way you expected. So wise, so mature. I like what you just said. The mature, it basically doesn't mean you reach certain age. Mature, it means you have certain wisdom, right?
Yes, but a lot of
Understand
times,
who you are.
yeah, it takes letting go of the beliefs that it's like they say, when you purify water, you don't add things, you take out what
Yeah.
is not needed for the water to be pure. So I think that's what we do with ourselves. We take out things that we don't need anymore. So when
Mm-hmm.
we become more pure and we have an intention that is pure of heart, that's when we can reach others within the same purity. You know, we can connect to them at a different level. And I think that's what happens, you know,
Exactly.
definitely when you do that. So, yeah. Anything else you want to add?
Pretty much, we talk about everything. Yeah, talk about the, I think we're pretty good.
You want to shout out your husband or your son or someone that watches the video?
Oh, definitely. My husband's working, my son is, you definitely will share with them. But they see me every day. You know, my son and my husband support me doing this video, see what I put behind the scene, my passion. They really support. Actually, they are inspired too, to see me living my life to the fullness, to fulfill my dreams, and live a
Because
life with passion. And that's what my son keep telling his friend. You know, I'm so proud of my mom. It makes my heart swell when he says that.
but you deserve it. It's nothing that you don't deserve. Like they know you deserve it. Now they're able to express it for you. I think that a lot of times it's not that people don't appreciate us, it's that we're not ready to receive that appreciation because we don't believe. It's like when someone gives you a compliment and you don't believe it's true. I remember when I used to be younger. My aunt will say, "You're pretty," and I said, "No, that's not true. Don't say that," you know. And she said, "Don't say that, you know. Just say thank you." And it's just saying thank you was hard for me. Was hard to just take that she told me I was pretty. I couldn't believe it. I didn't believe it was true. And it could
I've been
be
there.
something really simple, you know, where it's like almost you want to fight it, you know. No, don't say that. You know, when kids say, "Don't say that. That's not true. Don't say that. You're lying." You know, that's your response.
I've been there. It took me a long time, long way, you know, came to where I am right now. Yeah, I've been there. I couldn't believe people say I was pretty. I was like, really?
Well, you are now. You know, when you fall in love with yourself and you can see beauty within yourself.
Not everybody, you know, have that beautiful smile. You are pretty. It's not about fix your age. That's how I see people. You know, when they live their life from their heart, they just have that glow.
Yes, well, people sees beauty in many different ways. You know, I'm sure people that can see auras can see the energy and can see things, but I feel energy and I know that your energy is beautiful, and I'm so glad to have you. And I thank you for being kind enough to join, because this is gonna be something bigger that you're gonna be happy that you did.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The years come, you know, I see, Maria, you'll be someone's on the top of something, you know, I just expect it.
Thank you so much, Darah. Thank you, because that expands my vision and my hope and my desire to be someone that can be an example to follow for someone else. You know, ultimately our life is about making others' lives better.
And looking forward for you to come to my cooking show. We'll do that next month, September. All right.
Okay. Let me know the date and we'll set it up. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Maria. You have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you, Darah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.